Hey, I like.
It's not that deep. The Penguin.
I couldn't tell you why, as a kid, I found Megatron so much cooler than Optimus Prime, or even why, knowing damn well Tanya the Evil was the ninth circle of hell personified, I was looking straight at Mary Sue getting bodied like. All I can tell you is growing up watching Bleach, Aizen was the most.
I'm high on 12 Jason Bournes, looking to beat the cum out of a thick, fresh oak.
Aura farming aside, the plotting and scheming, the idea of sacrificing anything and everything for your goals resonated strongly with this masculine urge to have a legendary crash out. I'm gonna need y'all to hit the gamer lean and hear your boy out for a second. From an evolutionary standpoint, humans are a social tribal animal. We went from Kong Jr. to extinction level threat through our ability to collaborate with one another. And evolutionarily, our catalyst for that has been our capacity for kindness and empathy.
On God, just trust the sauce, my brother.
Now the question is, what happens when this capacity is hindered in some way? In real life, you have people with variant nuances of sociopathy or psychopathy, but in fiction, it's an archetype whose portrayal has been explored in many different ways.
It says here you're involved in the plotting of September 11th?
For some, lack of empathy is presented as an ailment of circumstance, like Thorfinn in Vinland Saga, or Killmonger.
Got to be nappy.
Now I love a character development villain, but the standouts for me are those aligned with chaotic evil, with an iconic example being the Joker. This time around though, the most recent addition to my list of villains is the Penguin, also known as Oswald Cobb. Here's the thing, this motherfucker is crazy, but that's exactly what kept us watching. In my opinion,
Who the f asked you, motherfucker?
the best kind of monster is the one that can't be reasoned with.
Did you pray today? Did you pray today?
If that xenomorph on the ceiling doesn't kill you, at least you won't have to deal with the hospital bill when a chestburster decides to play Jack in the Box with your body. But we don't have to get that extra with it. We're talking about a man who popped his own brothers to satisfy a case of mommy issues as a child. You cannot tell me Froyd isn't doing victory laps right now, and I promise Oedipus has never felt more validated. It would be easier to go through what kind of horrible acts bro hasn't committed. Even when his own mother was kidnapped and getting her finger diced off, the most I could feel for either of them was,
Well, damn, that's an unfortunate predicament.
and yeah, I know moms went through it, but she let that monster grow to use him. She's complicit, okay? But damn, the karma was crazy. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel for it by the end of it. Also, can we talk about that scene for a minute? The crazy part wasn't even him letting his mom get tortured to dismiss his own accountability. Can you imagine how messed up your whole life story and family have to be for the person who spent a decade in a Tsukiyomi after being framed to be the most reasonable person in the room? Don't even get me started on how he sent her ass right back, dog. That play must have had the devil taking notes. Even with all that, what really sold me on this man channeling Black Force energy on a spiritual level was him killing Victor. Not only do you drag this kid into a lifestyle that'll have his whole lineage hitting you with the curse of Ra from the netherworld, but you really choked him out slow on some.
It's nothing personal, kid. Can't have the streets think I give a fuck.
After that, it was raps for me. Somebody tell CJ the Roundtable got a contender, man. For some reason, I couldn't shake the idea that the Penguin shares a lot of his essence with anime's most notorious antagonist, the White Hawk, aka Femto, aka...
I don't make mistakes. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better!
Hear me out. Overzealous ambition born from a crippling desire for power and grandeur. Check. Overbearing ego hidden by a facade. Check. Has a group of loyal allies that they ultimately see as ego boosts and pawns to sacrifice for their cause? Check.
Did you pray today?
All this to say, I just love an apathetic antagonist. In the hands of a good writer, they make for some of the most unsettling characters while showing that there's more to a monster than the unfamiliar.
All of that chatty for what, man? Please feed me today, it's been 2 weeks.
When it comes to any story, the quality of the antagonist anchors it. They determine the urgency of the stakes, polarize our empathy with protagonists, and ultimately, there's a guilty pleasure in appreciating a character you should by all means hate. But I don't know, man.
It's not that deep.
Please subscribe because I want the money. Thank you very much.
I pray we meet again. I know she fatalita, but there's a bigger risk. MTL on your downtime, but that's not all it is. You was dancing through my sideline. I should have pulled the trigger.